baseline. Now Kemp going to the hoop.
So that's the name of that we didn't mention in the first segment that we mentioned here in the what if category. And you look at the career of Shawm Kemp.
Original Lob City.
Yeah.
Gary Payton and Shawm Kemp,
greatest,
I may let them say they was the originators of that.
Some of the greatest in-game dunks.
It was a what? It's not really a what if. He really was a. He had it, and we saw it.
And yet, but do you think you saw all that you could have seen of that career?
I don't think we've seen anyone dunk with that type of
Force,
animosity. You know, just like. Oh! You know, just like, you know, it was just like you had.
It was personal against the rim.
As Steve said, you know, today the way he dunks, it would be a 5-game suspension. just the way he dunked. And you know,
yeah.
The point.
When we bring these guys up, it's not always because of an injury or something catastrophic that happens that cuts it short. Circling back to Kemp, it was like he had all of this going on, and then suddenly
got hungry.
He's twice the man he used to be.
He got hungry.
And not in a point in his career where it was over. It was he still had years left. What was your take on where he went from this to this, and the numbers then begin to dwindle?
Well, we saw them in the '96 finals, and watching Rodman and Kemp go at it was incredible. But I think that was when Shawm was at the height of his powers. And then I played with Shawm a few years later in Portland, about 2001. And I think it was just the lockout. You know, a lot of guys need the game and need the structure of practicing and workouts. And the lockout happened, and he came back probably 50 pounds overweight. And I don't think he was ever able to recover from that.
But he doesn't seem like, if you look at guys' bodies, you go, well, he's a guy I never have to worry about working out.
Yeah.
He's a guy I never, I got to watch him. But Shawm Kemp, and the way he was built and the way he looked, you would say that would never be an issue for him, weight. And that was so surprising that, you know, weight was an issue for him. And, you know, unfortunately, we realized probably, I think some of those other demons off the court affected him to gain the weight.
Right.
But it just showed, even at it, when he was heavy, 50 pounds overweight, he was like, I'm still a great jump shooter. You know, that's the difference when people say, you know, Blake Griffin. I said, well, you've never really seen Shawm Kemp, because the one thing you could not do against him is back off him. Because his 15-foot jump shot was just as good as his dunk.
To your point, Ken, he was rolling in Cleveland, even with the weight.
With the weight. And he made the All-Star team. With the weight. You know,
so we saw him.
Right.
I think we saw him.
But this is a what-if moment, Ernie, that you're talking about, where it could be one of those scenarios where it's too much too soon. Shawm Kemp was 20 years old when he came into the league, was playing for the Sonics. The team was starting to build itself up with Gary Payton as the point guard, and then all of a sudden they sort of struck lightning in a bottle with George Karl being the coach, their style of play where they were trapping, and then they had a bunch of veteran guys like Detlef Schrempf and Hershey Hawkins and Dale Ellis and all these guys around them. But Shawm Kemp and Gary were the face of the franchise, and all of these things came so fast for a guy out of nowhere to come into the league, be that young, and all those things happen, that maybe it wasn't altogether there off the floor. So we did get a glimpse of that, but maybe it's a what-if, too much too soon scenario that has played out in professional sports for decades.